Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below your favorite altcoin. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Now today we're going to talk about Bitcoin's massive bull run. At the time of this recording, Bitcoin hit $57,000, and it's crazy because this entire bull run here was caused because of one specific thing. And that is Elon Musk putting the Bitcoin emoji on his Twitter bio. Now, jokes aside, the biggest reason why Bitcoin had this huge rise in price was because of Elon Musk converting $1.5 billion of Tesla's funds into Bitcoin. Some of you guys already know this, but for those that don't, here's what happened. In a recent SEC filing, Elon said he converted $1.5 billion of Tesla's funds into Bitcoin. And it's hard to determine the exact date where he bought Bitcoin, but we can safely assume it was between December to January 2021. During this time, Bitcoin was trading at around $37,000 to $42,000. Just to keep it simple, let's assume the average price that Elon bought each and every single Bitcoin was around $40,000. Now, 1.5 billion converted into Bitcoin at 40K, you would receive around 37,500 Bitcoins. And here's the crazy part: if you're to compare the value of the Bitcoins now, you would notice that it's around, give or take, $2.1 billion, which is totally crazy because if you think about it, they've made what, $600 million in profit in just 1 month alone. Tesla's entire profit since its existence of 10 plus years, they've only made a profit of $750 million. And someone as big as Elon Musk, he is a shit poster on Twitter, but because he constantly goes over Bitcoin and Dogecoin, it may also cause other companies to do the exact same thing. And because he's made such a huge amount just by changing one aspect of the company, a lot of other companies may also follow in his footsteps as well. And this will obviously increase the price of Bitcoin. So all in all, it's pretty much good for us. And if you're a small-time investor and you want to see if you want to sell the remaining of your Bitcoins or buy more if it's a good time, there is a chart that I'm going to link in the description below. And this specific chart is called the Bitcoin Rainbow Price Chart. This chart over a long period of time is pretty much accurate, and you could follow it 10 plus years from now. And it is a good indicator of where Bitcoin will be heading. So these gray lines here are what we call the Bitcoin halving dates, and anything after that date, the rewards of blocks that miners get is cut in half during that time. These occur every 3 to 4 years. So after these halving dates, what happens is that miners would have to double their mining efforts just to receive the same amount of Bitcoins previously. Now, that causes a problem to a lot of people because some people can't afford to upgrade or get cheaper electricity, so they would have to remove themselves from mining altogether. A quick look at this chart here. This is the total hash rate for Bitcoin since 2010. You can think of this as the mining difficulty for Bitcoin. So the higher the hash rate is, the harder it is for you as an individual to start mining Bitcoin. Now, back then, let's say around 2010, 2011, the hash rate was fairly low. So you could have easily mined Bitcoin on your basic computers with some GPUs. But now, because it's increasing, you would have to get specific mining hardware, let's say ASIC miners, to actually compete with the bigger commercial players. The problem with that is now we got to a point where you not only can mine with one ASIC miner, you would need a few just to make some decent profits. And ASIC miners are very loud. They take a lot of resources, electricity. So it only makes sense to do it commercially for those with deeper pockets. Doing it at home doesn't really make a lot of sense, as you'd be mining at a loss for a very long time. So when mining difficulty does go up, it's one of the reasons why smaller miners have to shut down their entire operation. They won't be able to afford constantly keeping their machines running. That's why sometimes you hear people saying it's not profitable mining Bitcoin, or mining Bitcoin is not profitable for them. So I just wanted to show you guys the hash rate of Bitcoin and how it's constantly going up. So it's going to get harder and harder to mine Bitcoin. Now, going back to the Bitcoin halving chart, I've already shown you that after each halving, maybe a year or so after, that's when we get into a massive bull run. And if you're to compare it to right now, we just had a halving not too long ago, and it's almost been a year. So as you can see, we are currently in a bull market. Now, this shows us when the bull market will come. let's go ahead and see how high it can go. So the best course of option is to, buy at the blue band and then sell at the top of the red. So going back, we can see the most optimal time to have bought in Bitcoin would have been around just shy of less than 10K. Now we can see that every single time Bitcoin has hit a high, the next high would be one or two color bands below. So starting off with this band, we can see we're still in the orange right now, and the last high we were at the very top of the red. So just going two down, we can expect Bitcoin to at least have a price of around $72,000 to $73,000. That's what we should expect before it kind of drops. But I feel like right now isn't a really good time to be buying. From now to, let's say, maybe 100K, or if you want to be conservative, 77K, you can buy more Bitcoin right now, but you're just putting yourself at much more risk, especially in the future. So let's assume, just for easy numbers, you bought Bitcoin right now at 50K somehow, and you're expecting to sell at 100K, and that approaches and you do sell at 100K. You basically doubled your money, with a lot of risk. What a better strategy would have been to actually buy at the blue band of this chart. From there, you would have bought in at, let's say, 10K, and from there, let's say if it did hit 100K, supposedly, you would have 10 times your initial investment, and you would have put very, very little risk. So you can still buy right now, hoping that it will hit 70K or 100K, as there is still a bit room to grow, but there is a lot more risk. So what you want to do is start accumulating in the anything below the yellow band. Start accumulating during this time when the price hits somewhere here, right? And then start selling when it hits orange or anything above. So right now people are starting to sell, as a lot of people are thinking this is way too high. For me, 70K or at least 75-ish is a reasonable target for this bull run. That's being very, very conservative, as we are going to color bands below. But if you are taking more of a risk, expect to have a 100K Bitcoin by May of 2021. So just remember, don't FOMO into the market. Don't think that you're missing out on potential gains, because right now we are in a bull market, and whatever anyone says on YouTube, whatever price prediction that they have, they can be right, but that's not the time you want to buy. You want to buy when Bitcoin has hit its all-time high and has dropped 80% below. That is probably the best time to actually buy Bitcoin. So when that happens, you can expect us to be back in the blue and green ranges, and again, that's when you want to buy the bulk of your Bitcoin. When you do accumulate in the blue range, don't be afraid of the price of Bitcoin not going up. The next bear market is going to be longer than the previous bear market. Our last bear market was around 3-ish years, so expect to be buying Bitcoin in the next bear market for roughly maybe 3 to 4 years as well. So yeah, don't FOMO into the market right now. The train has already left the station, and expect to be buying Bitcoin after the next drop. So if you've come this far, don't forget to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and this will kind of motivate me more to do more videos like this. If you guys have any other questions, just let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.